The customer section provides you with insight into how you're interacting with your clients. Here you can see key metrics about your customers. For example, the highest customer spend or the discounts that you've given, along with which customers you're selling the most to. You can also see your new and active customers along with how much they owe you. You can view this data both visually under Visualize or in a tabular format if you go to Analyze Customers. And here you can view it in a detailed tabular format, and the way you can view the data will depend on your plan. From this data, you could identify any customer dependencies. For example, if most of your sales are coming from one customer, that might mean that you're very dependent on that customer and you need to try and source new customers and increase your customer base. We could also use the discounts given as an early warning system for potential customer service or product issues. We can consider what worked for customer retention and how we were able to attract new customers in months like March or December, and what went wrong in October and November where we weren't able to attract new customers. And so, as you can see, we can learn how to optimize our performance and grow our business based on our past customer interactions. And using all of these different metrics, we can make decisions that will help us improve the way we interact with our customers and grow our business. The product section gives you insights into key product metrics, such as product gross profit, along with which of your products are fan favorites and which you might need to promote more or consider dropping. It also helps you plan your inventory more effectively to ensure that you don't run out of stock. Within the Analyze section, you can get a more detailed view of your products so that you can understand which ones are generating you the most revenue or profit and where your growth is. The supplier section gives you insight into where you're spending most of your money, and you can identify any supplier dependencies. For example, we're purchasing more than 40% of our goods from Cloudo Frono, and that could indicate that we're perhaps a bit too dependent on them for our products. We can also consider the health of our creditors, and for example, here we can see that a large portion of the outstanding balance is very old, and so that might be damaging relationships with our creditors. We can also get a sense as to who we owe and how long we've owed it. And so the supply section can give you key insights as to where your money is going and help you manage your suppliers better. Syft's decision assistance doesn't stop at operational data. Syft provides you with the ability to analyze and even visualize non-financial information such as store visits or number of employees, or even sustainability or ESG metrics like carbon emissions or fuel consumptions. You can include these non-financial aspects in graphs or forecasts, and with our connector, it's really easy to upload these from Google Sheets or Excel, or even use our Zapier or other live integrations. So how can you get this information into Syft and then visualize it? Well, the first thing you need to do is go to connections over here, and then you can either go and add a metric to one of the connections you've already created, for example, energy or employee numbers, or you can click on add connection, and you'll see we have various different options. You can manually input it or use Excel or our Google Sheets connector, or you can even use Zapier with Google Sheets. This will then streamline how you get the information into Syft Analytics. You'll also see we have other integrations like Gusto and many more coming soon. And you can always upvote for which integration you think would be most useful for your business. And then we will know which ones to prioritize first. So for now, we're just going to go and say manual inputs. Here you'll see we have several different templates. So if you're in the restaurant business, then these are types of metrics that you should be including. So you can either go start from scratch if you don't want any of these templates and it will just give you a blank page, or you could go and select one of these templates and click use templates. I'm going to go and start from scratch, and you'll see it gives me a blank canvas. All I need to do is click add field, but before I do that, I need to make sure that I'm using the correct time period. Do I want to upload monthly information or daily information? And you'll know that the dates change accordingly. So I'm going to just upload monthly information. I'm going to click add field, and now I need to name it. So I'm going to go and say sales calls, and then I can go and input data over here, and that's how I could manually input the data. In a minute, I'll show you how you can upload the data with the Excel connector. And now you've gone and added that information, we can then go and include this in a dashboard. So if we go to overview and dashboard, we're able to go and add a new dashboard, and here we can go and add connection data. You'll see if we go to the spreadsheet, we'll go and find our sales calls metric, and now we can click create, and you'll see that that dashboard is now showing that non-financial information. So it's as easy as that to visualize it. You can also go and add it as a KPI and then visualize under visualize KPIs, but you can watch some of our other videos to learn how to do that. So let's take a look at how we can use the Google Sheets connector or Excel connector to upload connection information. So you'll just need to go and find your entity and then click on upload data. Here you'll have the option for connections data, and then you need to go and select which connection you would like to upload it for. So it'll just load the list of connections you have. So here you'll see that energy one that we saw earlier. I then can go and say generate template, and now I need to select the time period I want to upload data for. So let's go Feb and March, generate template. And now it will generate a template with all the metrics I already have. I can go and add more metrics if I would like. So here I can go and say water usage, and then I can determine if this should be a number or a ratio. I'm going to put that in liters. The custom unit, we can go and do that as well, liters. We then need to tell Syft how to treat this. So should it be summative or cumulative? So we're going to say summative, and that means that every month we're going to just put how much we use for that metric, and we'll go and put it in for those 2 months, and then we're going to go click validate, and now it says validation is successful. So now we can go and upload this, and now when you go back to Jay's Cupcake Company, we will see this metric should be uploaded. So if we go to energy, you'll see water usage is now there, and we have 100 for Feb, and for March we have that 150. And then you can go and add this to dashboards or KPIs. You can use it in formulas and equations. And so as you can see, it's really quick and easy to get non-financial information into Syft and to use it in your reports and your visualizations, and to go and get a better understanding of not only the financial information but also the operational and non-financial information. As your business grows, it may branch out into different divisions, franchises, or companies within your organization. You might need to start managing and reporting on these separately, and this is when Syft's consolidation and oversight tools become really useful. We've already learned about the oversight tool, so let's take a minute to look at the consolidation feature. The consolidation feature is especially useful when you want to get an overall view of your organization's performance, if you want to eliminate intercompany transactions or post any other consolidation journals. Consolidations are complicated, but with Syft's consolidation feature, it can be simple. And the use of consolidations extends far beyond traditional consolidation accounts. So let's go and see how it could be useful to your organization. Syft makes it easy to consolidate any of the entities that you have on Syft, whether they're on different accounting softwares or are in different currencies. In just a few steps, you can go and create a consolidation. Let's go and make a Jay's Cupcake consolidation, and you can select the country and the year end, and then go and select the entities that you would like to add to this consolidation. So let's go add Jay's Cupcake Company and Monica's Markers, and you'll see that this setup can consider multi-currency entities and those where you don't have 100% ownership. You can just click complete setup, and now you'll be able to go and see group visualizations for this consolidation, and we'll also be able to go and see group statements. So here we are looking at the information for the group as a whole, and we can go and see which entity is contributing to each of these accounts, and we'll be able to go and drill down to the underlying transactions to go and understand what transactions contributed to these amounts. You can go and post journals to go and create accounts like goodwill or non-controlling interest. You can also use Syft's eliminations tool to go and eliminate intercompany accounts like we're doing over here, where you can choose the accounts to go and eliminate. So here we can go and eliminate Jay's Cupcake Company's accounts receivable against Monica's Marker's accounts payable, and then click save. And for these account eliminations, you only have to set it up once, and then Syft will automatically eliminate these going forward. You can also go and add transaction eliminations to eliminate specific intercompany transactions. You can create a report either with the group information or with the group as well as the underlying entity information. And then you can go and generate a report that has information for the consolidation over here and these underlying entities. So your report can include multiple entities and give you a picture of the overall group and how each of the underlying entities are performing. We can even create a forecast or a budget for the group as a whole. And so as your company grows, Syft has all the tools you need to create a consolidated report. Whether it's for consolidated reporting, if you need things like goodwill or NCI, Syft can do it. Or if you want to get a better sense as to how all the organizations that you've invested in are performing, or your franchise as a whole is performing, Syft has the tools you need to create consolidations, reports on them, and even forecast for them.
In this module, we looked at how you can use Syft's tools to make better data-driven decisions to help your business operate more efficiently and expand its reach or operations. We have also learned some of the tools Syft has to help us as we grow. Let's see if you are ready to apply this by testing your knowledge with a quiz.